Please welcome members of the front office staff and Tarp Skunks organization to present a check to the American Cancer Society.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Diethrick Park, and we are very happy to have with us the American Cancer Society. Over the past month, we have raised money for the American Cancer Society.
Header at Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball and WRFA. Once again, this is Noam Rodriguez along with Jason Sample, as well as WRFA intern Will Stallsmith. Tonight's game, again, Game 2 of this doubleheader between your Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Geneva Redwings. A reminder, support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball is through support from Schultz Auto Group, the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, Chautauqua Institution, and Reg Lene Center for the Arts. Funding is also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Today's game is being broadcast on WRFA 107.9 FM and streaming on WRFALP.com, with the broadcast also available on the Tarp Skunks YouTube channel. And Game 2 of this doubleheader, the Strikeout Cancer Night here at Diethrick.
Yeah, it's a special night to honor those in their battle against cancer, Norm, and Strikeout Cancer event. The Tarp Skunks are wearing their pink jerseys to show their appreciation for the event and to celebrate that as well. And we'll see if we can't get a game going here. You know, in the first game, we talked about the weather. It looks like it may not come to Jamestown, but at last word, it is directly on its way, and it should arrive here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. We could see quite a downpour. Whether or not that'll impact tonight's game or not remains to be seen in terms of it being played all the way through. Obviously, I'm going to anticipate we're going to have a delay at some point, because the system that we see moving across Jamestown or heading our way here in the next 20 to 25 minutes appears to be strong enough that it's going to create quite a bit of rainfall. How much remains to be seen. If we don't have a delay, I'll be surprised, but my best get, looking at the radar and the latest updates, shows that probably within the next 15 minutes, if not sooner, we're going to see a significant amount of rainfall hitting on Diethrick Park just as this game is getting underway.
Yeah, and the Skunks being announced here, but unfortunately we weren't hit up with the starting lineup card beforehand, so we will fill it out as we go along and let you know which batter is which as each one progresses, but the ones I do see on the field, though, for sure that are starting are Googans, me, Thompson, as well as Aiden Dunlap, Drew Garth, Colin Houck at first, and it's going to be Joe Reiterbach on the starting mound for Jamestown, but we're about to have the national anthem here, so Skunk fans, we will see you on the other side. Again, in the words of Ernie Banks, let's play 2. Game 2 of this doubleheader up next on WRFA. All right, so once again, that was the national anthem, and once more, the starting pitcher Geneva will be facing in this game is number 21, Joe Reiterbach. He'll get the start in game 2 of this doubleheader. Jamestown looking to grab the brooms and sweep Geneva. They beat them in game 1, 8-3, but Will, I know you're the stat man. I know you're on Reiterbach's numbers, so I'll pass that over to you.
Yes, sir. Reiterbach has appeared in 6 games so far, making 3 starts tonight. Will be his 4th on the season, appearing in 23.1 innings of action, allowing 25 hits, 14 runs, 12 of those being earned, 8 players walked, 23 strikeouts, a 3-1 record, and a 4.63 ERA.
So not bad numbers. And plus Reiterbach, he's been with the team since about the midway point of the season and has done fairly well. And from what I see, though, in the outfield for Jamestown, it'll be, again, Garth in right, Gagnon in center, and it appears to be Aiden Dunlap over in left. Usually plays in the infield. Thompson, he's going to be at third, Grady Me at short, Googans at second, Colin Houck at first, and Evan Frahella is behind the dish.
Good job, Norm. You knew all that from memory.
Well, just took a look at the numbers.
Well, again, you memorized the numbers a lot better than I can. I'm just looking at this cell that you can see setting up to the northwest of the stadium right now. It is a definitive line, which is indicative of a storm system cell moving in our direction here. So I'm kind of watching these ominous skies as it starts to get dark to the north of us and to the west of us. And as I noted just at the start of this Game 2 broadcast, it appears we might see a delay in action due to the weather. Whether or not we see any thunder or lightning remains to be seen, but I do think that we have some ominous weather on the way. So let's get this game underway here. It'll be Reiterbach pitching, and leading off for the Geneva Redwings will be number 6, Gelpy.
Yeah, so Brandon Gelpy, it's here's the batting order how it's going to be, as Reiterbach is about to throw his first pitch, and it's outside for a ball. It'll be he batting first and left, Dylan Can at short, Swidler, the first baseman, batting third, Shockley, the cleanup guy, as the DH. Then 5 through 10 as a swing and a miss for a strike. It will be Eppinger, Bagain, Milk, Herring, Jackson, Aller, and Burcroft. And one of the players that was actually the extra hitter in Game 1 of the doubleheader, he's the starting pitcher, Wyatt Patchett.
All right, there's the next pitch. It'll be across the plate for a strike. That makes the count 1-2 here against Gelpy.
Yes, so Reiterbach looking to start it off here with a strikeout again. Jamestown won 8-3 in Game 1 of this doubleheader. They're looking to get the sweep. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, but it was on the ground. But Frahella able to pick it up and get it over to Houck for a 2-3 put out, and might as well live and let die.
Yeah, Reiterbach, good strikeout there to start the ball game. Now comes Can, who steps up to the plate, and Can last game, Dylan Can, the third baseman, struck out in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and had a sacrifice in the fifth. So he was 0 for 2.
Next pitch by Reiterbach is on the outside corner for a strike.
On deck will be Swidler behind Can, the catcher. We're playing first base here. He was catcher in the first game.
And this one is popped up. Guggen's under it, and he will make the catch for the second out.
So 2 quickly away here as Swidler steps up to the plate. Again, he was the catcher in game number 1, but he's playing first base in game number 2 here. He grounded out in the first inning of game 1, was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. So he was 0 for 2 in game 1.
Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
And should Swidler get on base, Shockley, the cleanup hitter last game, will come to the plate. He's DHing today.
And this one's going over in the left, and it'll drop for a base hit. So Swidler gets a single, so no 1-2-3 inning as Shockley, who we've seen has the pop in the bat, is up in the cleanup spot.
Yeah, Shockley exhibited some power last game. He had a strikeout in the 2nd inning, but hit a double and drove in the first run of the ball game for Geneva in the 4th inning, and then he grounded out in the 6th inning. So he was 1 for 3 in game number 1.
Next pitch on the way by Reiterbach. It's low, but a good block by Frahella for ball 1.
Eppinger on deck, the right fielder.
Reiterbach's next pitch is going to be caught there by me for the final out of the inning. Geneva, it's not you, it's me for the 3rd out. And no runs in the inning for Geneva, but the Skunks are coming up the bat with a score 0-0. And Will, once again, over to you.
Support for WRFA's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Schultz Auto Group. Schultz Auto Group, celebrating over 50 years service automotive needs of the greater Jamestown community with an excellent customer buying and ownership experience. All repair facilities have experience in factory-trained technicians with state-of-the-art equipment for all automotive needs, no matter what engine type, gas, diesel, or electric. Schultz Auto Group, a proud supporter of Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. For more information, call 1-866-931-2998. Again, that is 1-866-931-2998, or visit SchultzAutoGroup.com.
And with that, Will, thank you very much, and good to have you back here again as we're at the tail end of the regular season here, and the Skunks still fighting to get a spot in the postseason, and we've got the starting batting order for your Skunks. Leading off, it's going to be the greedy man, the greasy man, the shortstop, Grady Me, number 38. Batting in the 2nd spot at second base, part of that Ivy League quartet, shaving a haircut, 2 bits, Tommy Guggens, the second baseman. Henry Juwan, who was the catcher in game 1, he's the DH batting in the 3rd spot. Cronoto was at 3rd game 1, but he's the EH in the cleanup spot. Then 5 through 10 will be Gagnon, who's at center, Thompson at 3rd, Frahella behind the dish, Garth and right, Hauk, the first baseman, and Alex Alstrom in left. And the starting pitcher they'll be facing for Geneva is Wyatt Hatchett, who did play as the extra hitter in game 1 of the doubleheader.
So not too many new names compared to last game. I see Garth and Hauk in there, and Alstrom. But otherwise, basically the same batters we saw in game 1.
For the most part, for both ends, pretty much, yeah. And some players playing at different spots than they did in the first game. And Geneva, they're coming in looking to split the doubleheader. And Jamestown looking to get the sweep. They already had a huge win because before that game, they and the Double Days, they had the same amount of wins at 21, but Jamestown gets a win here tonight, and then they're looking to win the other one here as we fast approach the evening, and the clouds becoming a little rather somber-ish as we see some dark gray in the center of the sky.
Downright ominous is the word I would use here. I don't know if we're going to see the precipitation when it's going to arrive, but it's getting darker and darker to the northwest by the moment, and the clouds are moving in quickly. Let's hope they move out of here quickly as well. If we do have a delay due to the weather, that it doesn't last too long, we can get this second game in. That would be nice to see. In the meantime, me stepping up to the plate, who led off game number 1 with a triple, and he also got a single in the 6th inning. He grounded out in the 3rd and flew out in the 4th, so he was 2 for 4 in game 1.
And here's Hatchett's first pitch, and it's low for ball 1. Yeah, once again, Patchett, the starting pitcher for the Red Wings, looking to get it even here, a 1-1 each in the doubleheader, but Grady Mee looking to get another hit as the next pitch is right down the pipe for strike one.
I do have a couple stats for Patchett. He's appeared in 3 games so far, this one being his first start, only in 2.1 innings of action, striking out 6 players, allowing 1 walk with an ERA of 0 so far.
So, relief appearance possibly as Mee tried to bunt, but it went foul down the third base side for strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Patchett, and Mee hits it over to second. Feely cleanly throw to first in time for the first out.
So a 4-3 put out is the first out for Jamestown here in the bottom of the first, and now comes Tommy Googans, the second baseman, number 11, stepping up.
Googans, he had a strong game 1 in the doubleheader. He'll look to carry it over to game 2.
Yeah, Googans grounded out in the first inning of game 1, but he got a base hit in the third, a base hit in the fifth, got an RBI as well as 2 runs scored. So a pretty solid performance, going 2 for 4 in game 1.
Patchett's next pitch coming, and that's low and inside, ball 1.
Wind starting to pick up quite a bit here, and moving from west to east, the flag is blowing significantly in center field.
Next pitch on the way, low and outside, 2-0.
Henry Juwan on deck here behind Googans.
2-0 delivery, low and outside, ball 3. So Googans ahead in the count, 3-0. Next pitch on the way, it's going to be a 4-pitch walk, and Googans will take the free pass.
Yeah, now comes Henry Juwan, the designated hitter. He was the catcher in game number 1. He reached base on a walk in the first inning, got a base hit in the third inning, and reached base on a walk in the fifth inning. Also scoring a run and getting an RBI in game number 1. He did fly out in the sixth inning, so he was 1 for 2 with 2 walks, and that wind is definitely picking up now.
Yes, it is. Next pitch, though, coming up. Runner's going to go. Throw over to second, and Googans going to be safe. That's a dozen steals for him now on the season. Googly Moogly with steal number 12.
A lot of darkness in the sky, Norm, but still not a raindrop to be felt.
True, true. As long as it doesn't rain, we can only hope. But 1-0 count with 1 out. Googans the runner at second. Next pitch on the way by Patchett. Juwan hits over to first. That's going to go into right base hit. That's going to drive home Googans. Juwan thought about the double, but he's deciding to stay at first. And Juwana Bonga, whatever you want to say, an RBI single for Juwan, wasting no time. Skunks up 1-0. As the cleanup man, Jake Kernodle, comes up to the dish.
Yeah, Juwan got a base hit with an RBI last game, and he's picking up where he left off here in this game with an RBI base hit. 1-0 already to score here in the bottom of the first inning with Tommy Googans crossing the plate. And now comes Jake Kernodle, the cleanup hitter. Let's see what he can do.
Next pitch on the way by Patchett's outside, ball 1.
Kernodle reached base on an error in the first inning in game 1, got a base hit in the third inning, and walked in the fifth inning. Also scored a run.
Next pitch by Patchett is inside, and Juwan's going to head off to second, seeing that it was not recovered by Begane, who's behind the dish. And so credit Juwan with a pilfer of second. So count here 2-0 with just 1 out. Skunks with a chance to put 2 runs here in the bottom half of the first. Checking on Juwan at second. Here comes the next pitch. And that's low. Ball 3. So Kernodle ahead in the count 3-0. Looking to avoid a 4-pitch walk, though, is Patchett. Here's the next pitch, and that's on the outside corner for strike 1. So count now 3-1. It is a hitter's count. It's the green light. Next pitch on the way by Patchett. This one's going foul, out of play. Count will go full. So Patchett, give him credit. He comes back from 3-0 to force a full count.
Patchett, did he was the extra hitter, right? This is Wyatt Patchett?
Yes.
So not only batting in the first game, but now pitching here in the second game.
So count here 3-2 with just 1 out. Juwan at second after stealing it. Payoff pitch coming here for Wyatt Patchett. Checks on Juwan at second. Here's the delivery. And that's upstairs, ball 4. So Kernodle's going to take a free pass, and now it'll be a Kieran Gagnon, the center fielder.
Yeah, 2 walks and a base hit so far here in the bottom of the first inning. Just 1 out. And Gagnon stepping up to the plate. He was 0 for 2 and hit by a pitch back in game number 1. Gagnon playing center field here for the second consecutive game. We'll see what he can do against Patchett.
Next pitch on the way by Patchett. Gagnon bunts, but it's going to go foul for strike 1. And very fortunate the wind didn't keep that in the air because Begane had a chance to try and catch that. So count just 0-1.
Yeah, interesting weather. That dark cloud that just passed over us, it's still over us a bit, but it's starting to get a little bit lighter again. Didn't result in a single raindrop. We should only be so lucky if it continues that way for the remainder of this evening.
As long as it's the majority of it at least, I will be happy. Next pitch on the way. It's going to go over to short. 6-4, but not enough for a double play, so it's going to... Or unless there was
runner interference. Yeah, they're calling runner interference against Kernodle, who was on first base, saying he didn't slide into second, resulting in inability for the infielder to make the throw over to first in time. So they just called it a double play, and that'll do it here for the first inning, but not until after the Tarp Skunks score a run. So 1-0 after 1 inning to play. We'll be back with inning number 2 in a moment on WRFA.
We'll have more live Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball in just a moment, but right now it's time to meet one of the Tarp Skunks right here on WRFA.
I am Paul Catalano, and I play outfield. I go to Fairfield University, and I am majoring in marketing and finance. I hope to travel the world and make money while doing it.
Who's your favorite team and your favorite player?
I'm a big Mets fan, and I'm gonna go with Jeff McNeil as my favorite player.
Did you or do you currently play any other sports besides baseball?
No, I do not, but I'm really into ping pong.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
Oh, I see some raindrops.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, here it comes.
What do you like best about playing with the Jamestown Tarp Skunks?
The guys on the team are awesome. We got great chemistry, and the fans are also great as well.
All right, anything else to add?
Nope, hope we have a good game and a good win tonight.
We're opening the Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRFA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And we're about to start the top of the second here with the Skunks up 1-0. Eppinger, Begane, and Milk are due up to bat, and I didn't realize this, and this is my mistake. I was looking at the wrong lineup card. The final batter for Geneva is not going to be Boardman. It's going to be Casey Burkhoff. He's going to be well, – that was me looking at it wrong. But next pitch by Reiterbach is on the outside corner for strike one.
It's Eppinger who's at the plate, the right fielder. And Eppinger did play last game as well. He walked in the second inning. There's a pitch that's going to be a ball, so 1-1's the count. Eppinger grounded out in the fourth inning and also grounded out in the sixth inning. So he was 0 for 2 with a walk last game.
Next pitch called a ball, making the count 2-1. And this one going in the shallow right, Wind carrying it, and it's going to go foul.
Yeah, you can see how much that's going to be a problem with the wind, especially with high fly balls there. Right fielder for Jamestown Tarp Skunks, Drew Garth, thought that it would sort of fall right to him, and then he realized that the wind had grabbed a hold of it and carried it over into foul territory, and he couldn't get over there in time. And with the wind blowing across the field from left to right, if you're watching on your screen, that's obviously from west to east. That probably will be an issue with any fly ball that we see. It's going to be hard to judge where it's going to come down if you're an outfielder.
And that one fouled off, making the count stay at 2-2.
So, Andrew Eppinger, or Bigone now, right? No, it is Andrew Eppinger who's
yes,
still up.
Yeah, Eppinger's been fighting this at-bat. Counts even at 2-2. And this one's going to go foul over to the Red Wing bullpen.
You can see how it just hangs in the air and curves and tails way out of bounds once that wind grabs a hold of it.
Another 2-2 pitch on the way. It's going to be a chopper right over to Hauk, and he'll just touch the bag himself for the first out.
So ground out to third base is one away here, and now Brandon Bijone, is that how you would say it? Bigane?
Biggane.
Who did not play last game, so Will's got his stats. He'll give him here in a moment after this pitch from Reiterbach.
Next pitch on the way, and it is called a ball as it was low.
Yeah, the stats on the season for him, he's hitting 130, 46 at-bats with 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 RBIs.
So count now 2-0 here. And next one is swung on and missed for strike one, making it a 2-1 count. Next one hits the outside corner to even the count 2-2. Count even here 2-2. Here comes the next pitch, and that's outside. Count goes full.
Reiterbach not wasting any time between his pitches here, Norm. He seems to be in a hurry. I'm not complaining.
Oh,
that'll be a ball for a walk.
Maybe he wants the game to go a little quicker to avoid the rain. Not even Credence can stop the rain. As it's going to be Nate Milk, the center fielder, that's coming up to bat, and he did not appear in the first game of the doubleheader, but we have seen him play in Diethrick for this team of Geneva in the past. Reiterbach's next pitch is outside for ball one. Next pitch on the way, hits off of Frahella's glove and goes to the backstop. And advancing to second is going to be Bigane.
Yeah, Bigane going to second on that passed ball. Puts him in scoring position. You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFALP 107.9 FM in Jamestown as we reach the 8 o'clock hour here. Game number 2 of our doubleheader.
Yeah, and Milk ahead in the count 2-0 over Reiterbach. Again, Jamestown looking to take both games this doubleheader as the next one is high, but a nice catch there by Frahella for ball 3. Chance here for Geneva to tie this game, but Gain did advance a second off of a passed ball after getting walked. Count 3-0 right here. Next pitch by Reiterbach, and that's low and outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Reiterbach, and the Red Wings have something going here. They're down 1-0, runners on first and second with just one out, and now it's going to be Birch Herring Jackson, the second baseman, coming up to the dish.
Yeah, and Frahella's coming out to calm the nerves and settle down Reiterbach a bit, who got a strikeout to start the ball game back in the first inning and gave up a base hit in the first inning, but now he's walked 2 consecutive batters here in the second inning with 1 out. And I'm sure Frahella's just trying to calm him down and say, go back to what was working for us back in the first inning as they get ready to face Herring Jackson, who is from East Aurora, New York, a junior at Vassar College. I'm sure Will has his stats here if we can get to them after this pitch.
And that one hits the heart of the plate for strike 1.
On the season, he's batting 140 with 8 hits, 57 at-bats, 7 runs, 1 double, and 6 RBIs.
0-1 on the way, outside corner, strike 2. So Reiterbach looking to shake off back-to-back walks, and from first to third, double play is in effect. Checking the runner at second. Next pitch by Reiterbach is going to go foul down the first base side.
And we're going to call time here. A flash of lightning in the north of the stadium. The umpire saw it just as I saw it as well. And they may want to do a delay here depending on how they decide this pans out. But we saw the lightning strike as well. The umpire saw it. And I think they're going to resume play, but he's talking to Coach Bazil and saying that's what they saw, and they're going to continue keeping an eye on it. A little bit of a sprinkle coming down now. Not as severe as what it looked like on the radar, but the precipitation is now starting to arrive here at Diethrick Park. Umpire taking a moment to assess the situation. I think we're ready to resume here, but again, I think he saw a bit of a flash off to the north. Nothing nearby, but something to be mindful of as we progress through this game.
And right now, Reiterbach ahead in the count 0-2. Next pitch on the way, and this could be 2, 6, 4. Not quite, but they do get the force out at second. Something's better than nothing.
Yes, indeed. So Herring Jackson now will be at first base, and Begain will be over at third base. And stepping up will be Aller, the extra hitter, who also did not play last game. And we're starting to see the drops, or at least feel them a little bit more here, Norm.
Yeah, it's starting to become a little bit of a mix in the shift from the wind. Outside corner for strike 1. And the good thing, though, is you did make sure of it, the protection over the
broadcast equipment.
Yes. Because when it's waterlogged, it's no bueno, not good. 0-1 pitch on the way. It appeared Allard went around. Well, he did not, so counts even 1-1. Count even 1-1. Reiterbach's next pitch. Right down the pipe. Strike 2. So 1-2 count. Reiterbach 1 strike away from getting out of the top of the second without a run allowed.
Aller only batting 60 on the season through 44 at-bats. He's only got 3 hits.
And the next pitch was outside, but the count is even 2-2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Geneva with a chance to tie this game. Here's a pickoff, but back in safely is Jackson.
Trying to keep the runner, Herring Jackson, honest over there first. He's still hopping around pretty good.
Next one, that one a little on the high side. Count goes full.
Yeah, much to the chagrin of the umpire, or the crowd, I should say, against the umpire, saying it was a little too low to be called a strike. So 3-2 the count here with 2 outs, runners at the corners, top of the second inning, rather.
Payoff pitch. Caught looking, strike 3 on the outside corner. So Reiterbach does get through the top of the second inning, and might as well give him a Nobel Peace Prize for the best strikeout right there. Score still 1-0, Jamestown ahead, and Will, once again, over to you.
Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball is brought to you in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. The Chautauqua County IDA is an economic development organization authorized and empowered by New York State to make Chautauqua County a better place to live, work, and visit. The IDA facilitates development by attracting new businesses. It also promotes the retention and expansion of existing businesses, and it offers business assistance in the forms of tax abatements, low interest loans, bond financing, all of which enhance the opportunities for job creation and retention across Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua County IDA, a proud supporter of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball on WRFA. For more information, call 716-661-8900. Again, that is 716-661-8900, or visit ccida.com.
And with that, bottom of the second inning about to start here as the batters due up are Thompson, Frahella, and Garth. Little recap of the first inning for Jamestown. Henry Juwan with an RBI single, but they had a chance to get some more runs on the board as Juwan was at second and Cronodal was at first, but a runner interference on Cronodal caused Gagnon to be ruled with a double play, and that's how the inning ended prematurely.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate ending to that first inning. Jamestown looked like it had things moving in the right direction, obviously scoring a run, and had some base runners on board, but due to that double play, it just wasn't meant to be, and so just 1 run scored. We'll see if they can't capitalize here off of Patchett in the second inning, with Matt Thompson coming up to the plate to start things off, followed by Evan Frahella and then Drew Garth, the right fielder. And so far, so good for the weather, all things considered. A few umbrellas have popped up. We've got some sprinkles coming down, but
it's subsided a little bit.
Not a torrential downpour and not a severe thunder shower either. So if this is the worst of it, we're in good shape.
As Matt Thompson does come up to bat, again, he is the third baseman coming up to bat, and he did also play in Game 1 of the doubleheader as well, albeit he was not at third for it.
No, he was the extra hitter last game. He was 1 for 2 with a base hit and scoring a run. He also walked as well.
Next pitch on the way by Patchett. Thompson hits it over to right. Chasing it down, though, and making the catch over there is Eppinger. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out.
And they're going to call a delay here and send the players in, I believe, due to a flash of lightning. And so the umpire is going to be calling the players in here just as the ball went into the air on that fly out to right field. Flash of lightning again in the northern part of the sky, a bit of distance away, and so they are going to have to take a short delay here. If I'm not mistaken, Norm, it's usually about at least 10 to 15 minutes when you see lightning. It's obviously
Roughly.
Not the precipitation or the rain that's an issue here, but it is the lightning in the sky, so they have to automatically, for the safety of everybody involved, wait and see if the lightning will dissipate or if we see more. And I believe it's typically another 10 or 15-minute wait each time we see a flash of lightning. So at this moment, we're in a weather delay. I wouldn't call it a rain delay, but with the flash of lightning in the sky, we do have a brief weather delay. At this point, I think the best thing we can do is send it back to the studio where Gavin Paternitti is standing by, and Gavin will spin some music for us, and we'll keep Gavin posted about. They're going to do a 50-50 drawing now, but the game isn't called. So we're going to do a weather delay, send it back to the studio, and we'll keep Gavin posted about when we may resume. For those of you who are viewing on YouTube, just keep an eye on the video, and you'll know when the players come out to warm up that the game is ready to resume. And we hope to have more baseball here in just a moment on WRFA-LP. With that said, back to the studio and Gavin Paternitti. All right, Gavin. Spin all the music you want, and I'll let you know in 10 minutes how we're looking.
Roger, Roger.
Good music selection. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, the first game I ever did for Jamestown baseball, it was with Jim. They had me start off as a DJ and help me dress in the weekends. And the first game I ever did, there was a 77-minute rain delay. If it keeps like this stuff going for the next year, I think it'll be released next year.
Allow me to make this sound like your nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy. I'm in them. Every cloud is free, every child of peace, every cloud is seen. You see with your eyes, you see destruction and demise, corruption in the skies from the deep of enterprise. Now I'm such into your lives to rush, so not in puzzle, but perception to provide. With me as an eye, y'all can see me now, but you don't see with your eye. You will see with your mind. That's the end of it. So I'ma stick around with brush and be a mentor. But the few rhymes will motherfucker remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feelings and changes that the thought was dead. No squealing, remember that all you had. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag of new sun. Not for long, the future is coming on. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag of new sun. Not for long, the future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
This has to be played.
I mean, I was checking the radar. We were supposed to get hit in a half hour with like a big storm. And it was just,
That's up.
Starting to blow in, so I just don't want to get away.
I get it. At least there's a light. Thanks. caused it to be postponed. But, Will, do you got any final thoughts before we send it back over?
Well, I know this was my last game. I wish it, could have ended in a better way, but I really appreciate, being here and working with you guys with these games and something I never thought I would do, but I had a lot of fun, calling these games and just watching from, a different point of view, and I really enjoyed my time here with you guys.
Well, we appreciate your help, Will. It's a shame you can't be here on Friday because I might get a pizza pie for the rest of the crew here, but maybe I'll owe you one. Keep in touch, and good luck at your studies at St. Bonaventure, and if you need to help out again next season, you're welcome to come on by. Norm, we've got one more broadcast to do. That will be on Friday night at 6:30. It'll be Jamestown hosting Niagara Power. The forecast looks like it's going to be cooperative on Friday night, even though it could be a little warm. I believe Max Pinjator is on the schedule for Friday night with you. I just saw a big, huge
so did I.
lightning bolt off to the east here over the Falconer area, so we are definitely calling this game here. One game in the books, the other one not able to be completed. Jamestown has a game on the road tomorrow against Niagara Power, and then they are back at home for the season finale on Friday night right here at Diethrick Park. And who knows, there might even be an opportunity to call a game in the postseason. If Jamestown advances to the championship round, they probably will host at least one of the best-of-3 series, and we would bring it to you. But in the meantime, Norm, I think I'm all set to go. We got one more game in the books on Friday, right?
We do, and it's going to be a great one for anybody that can't come to Diethrick Park. Tune into the station, whether you're listening to the broadcast or the YouTube stream. You'll be hearing it either way. Last game of the year for the regular season. We got to make it count.
Yes, we do. Well, take us home, Norm, and we'll be back on the air at 6:30 Friday for the final season finale home game for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. In the meantime, Jamestown wins the first game 8-3, and the second game is canceled, unfortunately, due to rain.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for tonight's coverage of the game and a half of the doubleheader, game and a quarter roughly of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. And like Jason mentioned, Jamestown took the first game 8-3. This one currently inconclusive, but Jamestown is ahead of Geneva in that game, 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Thank you to our studio engineer, Gavin Paternity, as well as to our WRFA intern, Will Stallsmith. Will, absolute pleasure working with you throughout the season. And for my broadcast partner, as well as executive producer Jason Sample, along with Will Stallsmith, this is Norm Rodriguez saying thank you for listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball on WRFA. We'll see you for the regular season finale on Friday night against the Niagara Power.